Now you gotta be good if you're gonna be trying to get into the videos. You can't be doing all of this all the time, okay? Do we have agreements? We got agreements, okay? If you be good, I'll let you into the videos every once in a while. Yeah, there you go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ralph. This is my channel, and welcome back to it. Or if this is your first time, welcome. As many of y'all know, a couple weeks ago, Jimmy Fallon had Kenan and Kel make their return, not just as just Kenan or just Kel, but both together as Kenan and Kel to do a little skit off of their famous Good Burger scene from All That. After that happened, a lot more about different stuff was coming up, and now we got a new thing that just happened last night, the Splat. Pretty much, if you know anything about Nick at Night, used to show old, shows like I Love Lucy or just stuff to that kind of realm. Well, now it's going to be back again, but this time it's going to be more for 90s shows. So you're going to get a lot of the shows that you used to watch when you was a kid. Stuff like Doug, All That, Kenan and Kel. They're going to have Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, all those good shows. Careless explains it all. I don't know why I can't say that. They're going to have all these shows back during the nighttime from 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time all the way going to about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in my time zone, which is the Central Time, that would be 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. With that being said, I thought about making a list of some of my favorite shows that I used to watch during the whole Nickelodeon era when it was actually good, in my opinion at least. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk about 3 of my top favorite game shows from Nickelodeon. Starting off, and these are in no particular order, is Legends of the Hidden Temple. Many of y'all know this if you watch it as a kid. Legends of the Hidden Temple was one of those shows where you would start off with, I believe it was 7 teams. You had the Blue Barracudas, the Red Jaguars, the Purple Parrots, the Orange Iguanas, the Silver Snakes. I'm trying to think if there's anything. The Green Monkeys. And that is it. So it was 6. Those were some of my favorite. That was my favorite show. Well, one of my favorite game shows, at least, that came on. I always watched it because of all the stuff that they always talked about. It was more kind of like a history kind of show, but they kind of not make it history. Anyway, it was a great show, and especially when they did the challenges, and then the final team who made it go into the temple to look up for the lost ark or the lost relic or whatever the lost item was for that particular game. And then they went into the temple. The thing that always got me about Legends of the Hidden Temple is they always had the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, and people were never able to get the monkey right a lot of the time. You have the base that has the feet. Then you have the torso area, which is like the middle area, and then you just jam the head. And a lot of people were doing it wrong. I don't know how that one room caused so much trouble for a lot of folks. Baffled my mind a lot, and I never could understand that. And especially if you watch the show, then went into it, you can always be able to understand like how those things came together. It's just like, just put the monkey together facing the audience. That's all you need to do. It's not that hard. Legends of the Hidden Temple, definitely one of my favorite game shows from the Nickelodeon era. So there you go. Next one I want to talk about is Guts. Guts was always one of those shows to where if you were an athletic person, that would be something that you always wanted to watch. It was pretty much the Olympics for kids. Just the whole track and field kind of aspect to everything. That's what Guts was all about. And they had some of the coolest games on there, and it was always just fun to watch. I especially love seeing Mad Max when they did that, because they always had that little contraption to where you would pedal. You would lay back and then you was pedaling, so it wasn't like a real bicycle, but it was some kind of mechanism, but it was awesome. And just seeing how they were able to just get around the terrain. There's a lot of good stuff around there. And I especially like when they did global goods, because you had people from all over the world from different countries competing to get that glowing piece of rock. And even though that wasn't real rock, it was still fun, because, you know, just be able to say that you're able to hold that, and then just be able to say, hey, I was the person that made it through all of this in one game. That was awesome. But of course, everybody knows the most exciting part of that game show was the final part, the crag, the mountain. They had the aggro crag, then they had the mega crag, then they had the super mega crag, and then they had the super mega something crag or something. It got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was just like harder every time. I so wish that I had the chance to do that when I was younger, but of course I'm not. So maybe, who knows, maybe they might make an adult version of Guts or any of these game shows that we used to watch. So Nickelodeon, if you're listening to me, please, please, please make this happen. The last one I want to talk about, that's one of my favorite game shows from Nickelodeon, was something that I probably think a lot of people might remember, and that was Nick Arcade. Nick Arcade was pretty much a board game brought to life in a bigger scale, and then each time that you land on a spot, it could be something good, it could be something bad, it could be asking you a question, and you can never know. And then they also had a spot where you could actually play video games for points and all these other stuff, and it was awesome. They had, I know they had Sonic, I believe they had some other stuff. I always remember Sonic because Sonic was my game. You had Mikey, who was the person that you would control. You can either move Mikey up, move Mikey down, move Mikey left, move Mikey right. It was fun. I always loved that show, and especially towards the end, where if you won the first part of the show, then you go into the last part of the show and you actually go into the video game and be a part of the game yourself. And just having all that kind of stuff, I know that it wasn't real, but just seeing that kind of stuff happen, it was awesome. So I wish they can do that as a adult version and make that, because those kind of games like Legend in the Hidden Temple, Guts, Nick Arcade, all those kind of shows were stuff that I love watching, and those are stuff that I would love to do if they ever make an adult version. Those are my top three, well, I guess you could say my top three game shows from Nickelodeon. But I want to know from you, what are some of your favorite game shows from Nickelodeon? They could be some of the same. There might be something that I might miss out. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you let everybody know about this, because we want to let people know about all the stuff that they like from Nickelodeon as well, since we got Splat. And I'm gonna make sure that I leave the website for Splat down below, so that way you can see all the shows that's going to be on there, and make sure that you can watch it in your area. Till the next time I talk to y'all, make sure you keep on inspiring, make sure you keep on influencing folks. Take care, and I'm out.